Welcome everyone to the Season 7 finale of the Old School Series. Here tonight, before we get started into the action, I got something special I want to share with you guys.
Grave Digger's been bad to the bone for 40 years.
Like, heck, man, if those lights are not working on that truck, we're panicking.
To the Grave Digger. Again, some sick air. Wow!
He's still on the
Can you believe that?
Will they let him go?
Come on, Dennis. That's a
22 years, Dennis Anderson has won the World Racing Championship. Will let him hit this obstacle, and now the scorecards are going to be turned in as he shears the body.
Oh, yeah!
The scorecards are now going. One of the most amazing obstacles ever. Watch this moment. It is one for the ages. Grave Diggers going everywhere.
A little bit confusing to me. Massive air going into it, breaks the truck on the way.
I want to congratulate the entire Gravedigger team on making it 40 years in the sport. What an incredible feat. Now, looking back at last week, Steve Jones picked up his first ever win out here on the Outlaw Circuit, defeating the man on top, Mitch Brown, in the Gravedigger. Will we see them both back to the finals here tonight? We're about to find out.
Get ready to meet the superstars of the TNT Monster Truck Challenge and their high-flying, car-crushing machine.
Here we are tonight looking to close out the season of the Old School Series. Now, this series will not be completely leaving. I done a live video the other day on the Facebook page giving everyone kind of what to look forward to for the 22 season. And I'm not going to do away with this Old School Series as it's had a bunch of success. And I look forward to continuing on in the 22. Here tonight, we're looking to close it out, though, for Season 7. Mitch Brown is on top. Can he stay on top with these 15 other hungry monster truck drivers coming after him? We're about to find out here tonight. As we move into round one, that's Savvy Savannah coming out of Bonita Springs, Florida, with the AMPM boss and her opponent in the right lane. Here tonight for round one is going to be Fifi Karras in the Super Monster. Now, both these drivers here have struggled a little bit this season. Fifi has struggled more than Savannah, but both of them would love to get into round two and see who can make it to the top here tonight. They're staged and ready at the line, waiting on the green light. Ford Chevrolet to start us off here tonight. As it goes green coming down the stretch, Savannah's got a lead and looks good all the way down. Problems for Fifi as he almost gets into the wall. Savannah finally getting the AMPM boss dialed in. Got herself a win, puts herself in round two. Fifi continuing with the problems on the trailer tonight. Now up next to the line, that's Brian Prazik coming out of Ham Lake, Minnesota in the Bigfoot Ford. And his opponent in the other lane is going to be Big E, Ethan Wagner coming out of Buffalo, New York with the First Blood Ford. Two blue ovals set to throw it down here in round one action. They faced each other before. They go back and forth with the wins, but let's see who's going to get it done here tonight and move in to round two as they're staged and ready. Waiting on the green light now. There it is. Here they come down the stretch looking dead, even coming up and over. Look out. Brian Prazik and Bigfoot is in big trouble as he rolls it end over end. He gets across the finish line and has got the win. But we're going to see here, the Outlaw officials have rolled him back over. And look at there, lost the carburetors. Man, oh man, look at the Bigfoot truck. Parts and pieces laying everywhere. There's no way Brian is going to be able to make it back here tonight. So with that, Ethan's actually going to get the win, and Brian is on the trailer, unfortunately. That is just too much damage on those old steel bodies. Up next to the line now, that's the assassin, Joshua Wells, coming out of Winchester, Kentucky, with the Taurus Chevrolet, set to face off against Skipper, Jeffrey Skipper, out of Nashville, Tennessee, with this push and stomp Chevrolet S10. Now, two bow ties are going to go at it. Hopefully one of these ain't going to roll up. That was a nasty rollover. Brian's out of the truck. He's A-OK. On the sidelines now, watching the rest of the action as they come down the stretch now, coming up and over. Big problems for Joshua Wells. Gets a weird angle coming off the first jump there. He got a little sideways. He hit the first set of cars, and the truck took a weird bounce. Problems for him as he's on the trailer. But Jeffrey Skipper getting it done in the push and stomp, and we'll see him in round 2 action. Up next now, that's JJ, Jalen Prazik, coming out of Ham Lake, Minnesota, in the beautiful USA 1 Chevrolet. And his opponent is going to be Chad Legit, that's Dirt Dog, coming out of Clemson, South Carolina, and that also beautiful AM/PM Rocket. Another Chevrolet versus Chevrolet matchup, and this ought to be a good one. Jalen's made it to the finals here before, wants to get back. Chad has made it to the semis and wants to make it further. Only one's going to move on, though, as they're ready for the green light now. Coming down the stretch, they're looking pretty even. Some big-time air by both of them, and Chad Legit shuts it down a little early. Something may have went wrong with the truck, but Jalen stumbles across the finish line just barely and will be in round 2. Speaking of round 2, that's Mr. Second Round, but we might as well call him Mr. First Round because he can't seem to get out of it here lately. That's Rudy Zilligy out of Bonita Springs, Florida, and his opponent coming from Buffalo, New York. That's Rich Wagner in the Thunder Chicken. Yet another Chevy versus Chevy matchup here. One's a full size and one is a small S10, but that small S10's packing the horsepower. Let's see what he's got against Rudy as they're staged and ready. Up at the light, waiting on it to go green now. Here they come down the stretch. They're looking pretty even. Up and over. Big time air by Rudy, but he gets out of shape and he can't correct it as the truck took a weird bounce when he landed hard on that right side. Couldn't get it back straight. And Rich Wagner, with a good-looking run, is going to put himself into round 2. Rudy on the trailer tonight. Up next to the line now, coming out of Calais, Maine. That's the madman, Ryan Hayward. And his opponent in the other lane is the other Ryan. That's wild man Ryan Johnson, coming out of Welch, West Virginia, and the West Virginia Mountaineer. It's the wild man Ryan taking on the madman Ryan, but only one Ryan's going to move on, and we're about to see who it is. This Ford and Chevrolet is at the line now, ready to throw it down. This ought to be a good matchup here as they're staged and ready for the green light. Here it is now, down the stretch. Ryan Johnson's got a lead. Look at Ryan Hayward. He's going to turn Nightmare 2 up and over. Oh, my goodness, what a wild ride for Ryan Hayward, the madman. And Nightmare 2 comes straight up and flipped it over on the tailgate. Ryan Johnson, the wild man, in round 2. Up next now, coming out of Arnold, Missouri, that's Rocket Man Mitch Brown in the Grave Digger. And his opponent in the other lane is going to be Big Mike Lanford, the only Dodge in this field, with the Rolling Thunder. Now, these two heavy van-type vehicles are set to throw it down at the line now. Both of them look good all season. As you know, Mitch Brown is the leader in points, but Mike would love to upset him here as they're staged and ready at the green light. Mike trying to play mind games with him. There's the green light now. Here they come down the stretch. Digger with the lead coming up and over the first set. Look out. What a close finish down there as Mike rolls Rolling Thunder yet again for a third time this season. Got up on that left rear wheel and he rode it out. Flips it over. And Mitch Brown is going to barely get by him at the line by a beady red headlight. Now to close out round 1 action here tonight, that's Big Lou, Lewis Thompson IV, coming out of Wichita, Kansas, with the King Crunch Chevrolet. And his opponent in the other lane is last week's winner, Hot Rod Steve Jones, out of Fredericksburg, Virginia, with the Excalibur Chevrolet. Now, Lewis has struggled all season long with his King Crunch. It just will not do right for him, and he's got his hands full, especially after Steve coming off his first victory last week. You know he don't want to stop there. There's the green light. Here they come down the stretch. Huge lead by Steve coming up and over. Problems yet again for Lewis Thompson, and may have some problems for Steve there as he shuts it down kind of early. Something may be a little bit wrong with the Excalibur. Maybe a battery cable coming loose or something as he barely rolls past the line. But nonetheless, he's going to be in round 2 action. Speaking of round 2, here we are. Savannah brings the AM/PM boss back to the line. Looked very good in round 1 action. This is her first appearance in round 2 in this series. But over in the other lane, she's got her hands full now, as that's Ethan Wagner in the First Blood Ford. Chevy Ford matchup. Savannah would love to continue moving through the charts here tonight, but you know Ethan is no slouch and will not back down for anybody. Let's see what she's got for him here tonight. As they're staged and ready, there's the green light down the stretch. Ethan with the lead coming up and over. Look out, they're both out of shape, but Savannah corrects it first. Even though she gets into the lane divider, she's going to cross the line. Ethan hiked up on the back left rear tire and rolls it over. Savannah moving on. Up next to the line now, that's Jeffrey Skipper coming back with that push and stomp Chevrolet, and his opponent in the other lane is going to be Jalen Prazek in the USA 1 Chevrolet. Another Chevy matchup. If you're familiar with MTA and you watch a pretty good bit, you know that Outlaw Motorsports, I own that team myself, and Johnson's Motorsports, owned by the wild man Ryan Johnson. We have a pretty good rivalry. Sometimes it carries over. We're going to see who gets it done here. Coming down the stretch, they look pretty even. Up and over goes Jeffrey Skipper. Oh, my goodness. Jeffrey was hanging right there with Jalen, and he lost it coming off that first set. He tried to save it, but couldn't bring it back. Rolls it on top of the other set. What a spectacular roll. Jalen moves into the semifinals. Now up next to the line, Rich Wagner brings the Thunder Chicken back to the line. And his opponent is going to be wild man Ryan Johnson in the West Virginia Mountaineer. Ford blue oval set to throw it down with the Chevy bow tie. We're going to see who's going to get it here. These two have been known to face each other quite a bit across each circuit, MTA and Outlaws. We're going to see who can get it done here tonight. It's Rich Wagner taking on Ryan Johnson. Let's see who gets it done as the green light goes. They're pretty even coming up and over. And problems for Ryan Johnson as he comes over that first set of cars. The truck took a weird bounce and looked like it just shut off. And Rich with another good-looking run is going to be in the semis. Now closing out round 2. This is going to be a barn burner of a matchup here. Hot Rod Steve Jones brings Excalibur back to the line. No guts, no glory. And his opponent in the other lane is going to be Rocket Man Mitch Brown in the Grave Digger. Now last week, you know, Steve Jones took out Mitch Brown to get his first victory, and Mitch hasn't forgot that. He wants to get him back here tonight, but Steve is on his game and has got Excalibur dialed in. Let's see who can get it done as they're staged and ready, waiting on the green light now. There it goes. Here they come down the stretch. Mitch has got a lead. Whoa, look out. The Grave Digger is up and over. Mitch getting wild in the Grave Digger here tonight for the fans. He absolutely went on a ridiculously wild ride. He rolls the Grave Digger over, and Steve is going to get him again. Now here we are with the semifinals. Savannah finds herself here and has looked good all night with the AM/PM boss. And her opponent in the other lane is Jalen Prazek in the USA 1 Chevrolet. Now, Savannah, like I said, she's looked good all night, but JJ is a tough competitor and always wants to win. He's always looking for that checker flag. Let's see if Savannah can upset him, though, as they're both at the line waiting on that green light to see who's going to punch their ticket to the finals first. There it is now. Here they come down the stretch. JJ's got a little bit of lead. Look at Savannah getting wild, but it's going to cost her as she gets caught up in the lane divider and is not able to drive across it this time, as it hung her up pretty good. JJ's in the finals. Now, who's going to join him? Will it be Rich Wagner in the Thunder Chicken Chevrolet S10, who has looked good all night also? Or will it be, in the other lane, Steve Jones Hot Rod with the Excalibur Chevrolet? You know he wants to get back to the finals and double down here tonight. But Rich Wagner's not going to back down easily. He is yet to win out here on the Outlaw Circuit, and he is hungry. He wants to get to the finals. Let's see what he's got for Steve as they're staged and ready, waiting on that green light to go. There it is now. Here they come down the stretch. Rich has got a little bit of a lead. Steve trying to come back, but he pops it up and rolls the Excalibur Chevrolet up and over. He was trying to catch Rich Wagner, but he didn't have anything for him, as Rich gets another good-looking run, and he's in the finals, which is here now. The finals here tonight. Jalen Prazik pulls to the line with the USA 1. He's looking for another victory out here on the Outlaw Circuit. But Rich Wagner in the Thunder Chicken Chevrolet S10 is ready. Tonight, he believes tonight is his night. It's the first day of the brand new year, and he wants to start it off right. Can he get it done over Jalen Prazik in the USA 1? 2 bow ties in the finals tonight. Let's see who can get it done as they're ready on the green light. There it is now. Here they come down the stretch. Rich has got a lead. Look out. Jalen's going to roll it over. He skies the USA 1 Chevrolet and rolls it over, tears the back end up, and Rich Wagner is going to get it done in the Thunder Chicken Chevrolet. I want to give a huge congratulations to Rich Wagner, because it has been a long time coming, buddy. You got your first victory out here in the Old School Series. And also congratulations to Jalen Prazik on some great driving. But again, way to go, Rich. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Saturday Night Shootout. If you haven't already, be sure to shoot the subscribe button. Leave a big thumbs up. Be sure to check out the Facebook group in the description of the video to be a part of the action. And check out our Instagram as well. Just made it yesterday. Thank you guys for all the support. And we'll see you Monday night for the final race of the mini series. Thank you guys.